So the idea is the Fed can be used for political means, and that's why Senator Toomey was really concerned about the future of these programs. I think the Fed basically wants to stay out of the political conversation here. The important nuance that gets missed is they would have had to agree to that sweetening up of the municipal facility. But yeah, so they got caught in the crossfire a little. Ben Bernanke weighed in to say, hey, don't take away powers the Fed used to have and that it needs. But even his statement was done in very apolitical terms, I think.
Yeah, very, very Bernanke-like terms. Gina Smilik, she covers the Fed for the New York Times and here every now and then on a Friday. Gina, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Talk to you soon. Wall Street on this Monday of a short week. A little subdued, actually, by the virus news, relief bill or not. We'll have the details when we do the numbers. Okay, what else is in this thing? There is some help in this relief bill for the estimated 14 million households that are behind on their rent. It's an extension of a national eviction moratorium by a month, gets them to the end of January, which is not a lot of time. The deal also includes $25 billion in emergency rental assistance. Getting that money to the people who need it, though, is a whole other challenge because, as Marketplace's Amy Scott reports, millions of dollars in rental assistance from the original CARES Act still hasn't been spent, and it is not for lack of demand, believe you me.
Tyler Walters is the kind of person rental relief was supposed to help. He has chronic bronchitis and as a restaurant server hasn't felt safe working more than a few shifts a week. He applied to a state program during the summer, got rejected, he applied again, then got approved earlier this month.
I was like joking about how I wanted to frame the thing when they sent it to me. Like, oh, this is like life-changing.
$2,500 went directly to his landlord and covered 2.5 months' rent. But as much as $335 million of the rental assistance Walters tapped could remain unspent by the end of the year. That's according to the National Low-Income Housing Coalition. Andrew Orend is the group's vice president for research. He says while some state and local programs exhausted their funds quickly, others have been hung up by administrative delays.
And so what these programs really needed was more time, and we were really fearful that that time was going to run out.
Washington looks likely to extend the original December 30th deadline to spend that money to the end of next year. But in Pennsylvania, time has already run out after the legislature imposed a November 30th deadline. Many landlords there